7 months ago, Reddit user Oopie Spoopy Man made a post on the r/ghost subreddit titled, "After hearing taps and noises from my kitchen, I take a photo and see this." They later wrote, "Thank you to the ones who have shown concern. As an update, since seeing this, I've been packing some stuff and preparing to go and stay with my family. I've told my flatmates that I'm going and why I am, but they've chosen to stay there." We'll end this video with a truly horrible photo. The Filipino Sugol. Her name is unknown, but she was a member of the Igorots, a tribe in the Philippines. This photo was taken sometime between 1904 and 1914. Not even the Library of Congress, who own the photo, know exactly when. The Philippines was being governed by the US at the time, and this little one, along with other members of her tribe, were taken from their home and displayed at the Coney Island Zoo, alongside the monkey and lizard exhibits. As you can see, she was bound, and visitors threw peanuts at her. Unfortunately, the concept of a human zoo was far from original at the time. Throughout America, Europe, and Asia, it was common to showcase people from conquered and occupied nations. Natives would be taken from some far-off land and displayed to the public like some sort of exotic trophy. This was done to drum up support for government policies overseas. The message was clear. Look at these people. They can't possibly be expected to govern themselves. And that's exactly the message this little one was being used to convey. She and the other Igorots were placed inside a closed-off pen. Then, dogs from the local pound were brought in for them to chop up and cook in a stew, all to shock and intrigue those who paid good money to see them. This was the mainstream entertainment of the day, and it both scandalized and intrigued the so-called civilized patrons of the zoo. "Look at how these people live," they'd say to each other. Of course, that wasn't actually how they lived. The people putting on the show displayed the Igorots how they wanted them to be perceived. The reality was very different. This colorized photo shows how Igorots actually dressed at the time. As for why they tied this little one's hands, it was probably to dehumanize her. If she were free, she'd likely be running around and playing. That would have made it difficult to convince people that the Igorots were so different after all. Thankfully, this particular image does have a happy ending. The Igorots were eventually returned to the Philippines after the man who had brought them to the US, a guy called Dr. Truman Hunt, was put on trial for not taking adequate care of them. He was found guilty of that charge, along with stealing from them, using physical force to intimidate them, and for refusing to bury 2 of them who had perished on the journey to America. Dr. Hunt only received 18 months. And on that note, I think we all need a break to cool off, so we'll end things there.
Everroot dog supplements offer daily support for dogs' most common conditions, made with high-quality ingredients from trusted sources to help dogs live their best lives. Discover Everroot dog supplements today.
Hey guys, Lazy here, and thank you very much for listening. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who participated in my Discord emoji competition. We had some great entries, and I just want to shout out some of the best ones. Cattation, Soul Chimera, The Hungry Kitten, Masha, Existential Dread Taco, Modius Vivendi, Yami, Shinobu, and the overall winner, Hannah. Also, a huge thank you to my supporters here on YouTube and over on Patreon, especially my biggest supporters: Alex Greensall, Azrael Warakai, Charlie Lackey, Connor Lotham, Crawford K. McDonald, Expand On, Gina Valera, Grace Archie, Grey White Rabbit, Infamous Empappy. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. With most of us spending multiple hours each day online, it's safe to say the internet knows a lot about us. Unfortunately, these days, there are plenty of people out there trying to get their hands on that data of yours. NordVPN's double data encryption helps you stay hidden online and gives you increased digital anonymity. If you've never used a VPN before because you're worried it all sounds too technical, worry no more. NordVPN is extremely easy to use. You can connect with just a single click, and hey presto, you're connected. Keep your personal information safe with NordVPN on up to 6 devices per account. Even better, their VPN is